Hey guys, I'm Jenny Priz, Christian speaker and life coach. I want to talk a little bit about conflict-prone relationships. Some of us have these folks in our life that always just seem to want to stir the pot and say something that's going to set us off. Or on the other end, maybe we are constantly trying to avoid setting them off, and that can kind of drain us by trying to tiptoe around them like we're walking on eggshells. And one of the key pieces of advice that I have for you is a truth that I learned that changed everything for me. And this is that when people are angry or upset or lashing out, 99% of the time, it has nothing to do with you. And it really has everything to do with themselves. You know, when we point that finger, right, there's those three fingers that point back at us. It's really about their own insecurities. And likewise, when we lash out at other people, it's probably because we are lost and confused and stressed about something else in our lives, right? I'm sure you've experienced that as well. It's easier for you to lash out at the people you love and that are closest to you than it is to actually address the problem. And this goes both ways. This is a human reaction that we all have. So have you heard this idea that you do not have to attend every argument that you're invited to? Yeah, that was pretty cool for me to recognize that I don't actually have to participate in this. I realized that once I realized that these people are confused and scared and lost about something different, I was able to take a step back and not react to that hurtful thing that they said. And even just sitting in silence and allowing there to be silence was an amazing thing for me, because they could either continue or they could just move on to something else. That conflict never had to happen. In that moment of silence, I was able to take a deep breath and pray for them. So instead of actually attending that and fighting back at them, because how many times have you tried to counteract a fight or stop a fight by conflict, and the other person just dug in their heels and said, no, because you disagreed with me, I'm sticking to my stance, right? So sometimes just silence and letting them recognize the stupidity of what they just said might actually hit them if we are just quiet or pray for them. You know, Jesus said to turn the other cheek, but that doesn't mean to cower. It means to stand up and love them. Doesn't mean to attack them either, right? We're just to stand there and love them as they are. That's pretty powerful. It's difficult to do if we're used to being in that conflict cycle with other people. But if we can recognize that, then we might be able to actually nip the conflict in the bud. And if we're not comfortable with the silence, we might even be prone to asking them, are you okay? Is there something else that's going on? Or why would you say that? Why do you feel that way? Instead of reacting with an angry stance. Just something to think about. I would love to hear your feedback. You can write it in the comments here. I know this is a big topic. I'm just trying to deal with one little snippet of it. And if you have any questions, I would love to address those as well. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.